हैप्पी चिल्ड्रंस डे, बाल दिवस की शुभकामनाएं। ऑन दिस auspicious occasion, we have to see the children, the horsepower of the world. दुनिया की समुचित शक्ति बच्चों के हाथ में। और आज ये चिल्ड्रंस डे है। We will see many more points regarding the significance of children, their rights, education, and their welfare. In fact, Children's Day is observed to raise awareness about the rights, education, and welfare of children. In our country, Children's Day is observed on November 14, right? However, the World Children's Day, Universal Children's Day, is on November 20. And earlier also it was observed on November 20 in India. However, following the death of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, our first Prime Minister, a resolution was passed in Indian Parliament to mark the birthday of Jawaharlal Nehru as the Children's Day. So since 1964, in our country, Children's Day is observed on November 14 every year, okay? I say the rights of children enshrined in our Indian Constitution. हम देखें कि बच्चों के अधिकार क्या है। इस अधिकार के पहले I give you one data because there is also the concern of Sustainable Development Goal 2015, and just to remove poverty, गरीबी को कम करने के लिए ज़रूरी है कि we must make children healthy because children are the present, future and the past of the country. सारी ताकत बच्चों के अंदर है। Children are the buds of roses. गुलाब के जो कली हैं वही बच्चे होते हैं। उसे हर बागवानी में सुरक्षा और मजबूती प्रदान किए जाने चाहिए। So about 152 million children will die between 2019 and 2030. 2019 से 2030 के बीच लगभग 152 मिलियन बच्चे मर जाएंगे, ऐसी संभावना है। तो आप अंदाज कब मीटिंग दियर 5th बर्थडे, यानी जो उनका पाँचवा जो बर्थडे होगा, जन्मदिन होगा, उस समय तक लगभग विश्व में 152 मिलियन बच्चे मर जाएंगे। तो यह हमें बताता है कि हम उन बच्चों की सुरक्षा के लिए हम काम करें। तो सी इन आवर कंट्री, भारतीय संविधान के अनुसार क्या क्या बच्चों के विकास के लिए प्रोविज़न है। ओके, सी सो कम टू चिल्ड्रंस राइट एज पर द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। ओके, According to the Indian Constitution, children have the following rights. See, the right of every kid in the age range of 6 to 14 years old to be free and required primary education. Next, the right to be shielded from dangerous employment until age 14. It is there in Article 24. Next, come to the entitlement to child care and education. Next, the right to be shielded from abuse, the right to be shielded from having to work jobs that are not physically and intellectually suitable to them for financial reasons. The right to equitable opportunity and developmentally appropriate facilities. The right to freedom and dignity, as well as the assurance that children and young people would not be exploited. In addition to these rights, they also have the following as equal Indian citizens. Right to equality, it is there in Article 14. Right against discrimination, say the right against discrimination, it is there in Article 15. Right to personal liberty and due to process of law, it is there in Article 21. Next, right to being protected from being trafficked and forced into bonded labor, it is there in Article 23. Right of weaker sections of the people to be protected from social injustice and all forms of exploitation, Article 46. Now I come to a few words of, you can say, feelings dedicated to children. Every child is unique. Every child is unique and wonderful too. Let us provide them a better life so that their childhood will be remembered. The smile on a child's face is the most priceless thing in the world. Every child should be loved and cared for as they develop. Let us ensure that children have happy and healthy lives. A child's smile is the most priceless thing in this world. Never let the child inside of you die, and be sure to look after it any time it needs something. It would improve everything if you had a gentle heart. Children are heaven's flowers. Let us help our children feel safe and happy in this world. If you keep your youth with you, you never grow old. The flowers of heaven and God's favorite creation are referred to as children. So let us share to make this world a joyful and improved place for the children. The 20th of November is designated as World Children's Day to honor the adoption of the UN General Assembly Declaration of the Rights of the Child on that day in 1959. It is Children's Week rather than Children's Day in several nations. Children's Day was established in Chelsea, New York, by Reverend Dr. Charles Leonard in 1857, despite the fact that most nations throughout the world commemorate Children's Day on June 1. Universal Children's Day is observed every year on November 20. Children's Day 2022 is celebrated in India on 14th November on occasion of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, independent India's first Prime Minister. Pandit Nehru was also known as Chacha Nehru. World Children's Day was first founded in 1954 as Universal Children's Day and is celebrated on November 20 each year to encourage global understanding, raise children's consciousness, and improve their welfare. Children's Day is celebrated on 14th November all across India in observance of the birth anniversary of the nation's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, who was born on November 14, 1889. The first Prime Minister of India was referred to as Pandit Nehru and Chacha Nehru. Pandit Nehru was born in India's Allahabad in 1889, and today is the 133rd anniversary of his birth. Children's Day was observed on November 20, a day designated as World Children's Day by the UN. Prior to Nehru's passing, however, upon Pandit Nehru's passing in 1964, November 14 was selected as Children's Day to commemorate his birth anniversary. In the nation, the day is also referred as Bal Divas. Overview. All countries agreed on the Sustainable Development Goals SDGs in 2015. Yet, 5 years later, 215 million children are still at risk of not meeting their development potential. 43% of children in low and middle income countries. Child well-being is both an indicator and a foundation of social economic development, and children are at the heart of the concept of sustainability. A landmark WHO, UNICEF, Lancet Commission recommends that policymakers place children at the heart of their efforts to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. Thanks for giving me a patience listening.